Hello, YouTube. I've been reading through the books of Chronicles, and I've really found them so banal that I can't think of much to put in a video. Although I may put up something about the chronicler deliberately changing versions of events in order to fit their theological bent. But I did find something in 1 Chronicles 17 that started getting some thoughts flowing. This is in verses 16 through 22 of 1 Chronicles 17. And I'm going to leave the names of God untranslated for emphasis. Then King David went in and sat before Yahweh and said, Who am I, O Yahweh Elohim, and what is my house, that you have brought me thus far? And even this was a small thing in your sight, O Elohim. You have also spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come. You regard me as someone of high rank, O Yahweh Elohim. What more can David say to you for honoring your servant? You know your servant. For your servant's sake, O Yahweh, and according to your own heart, you have done all these great deeds, making known all these great things. There is none like you, O Yahweh, and there is no Elohim besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. Who is like your people Israel, one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to redeem, to be his people, making for yourself a name for great and terrible things, in driving out nations before your people, whom you redeemed from Egypt. And you made your people Israel to be your people forever, and you, O Yahweh, became their God. Really? He became their God when he delivered them from Israel? That's when he chose Israel as his people? If so, who then is the God of Noah and the patriarchs? That's my question. I'm going to also read some stuff from Genesis to try and find out if this chronology being given in First Chronicles matches up with other tradition. This is regarding Noah. I'm going to read Genesis 6, verses 12 through 13, 17 through 18, and verses 1 through 3 of chapter 9. And Elohim saw that the earth was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. And Elohim said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Now I am going to destroy them along with the earth. For my part, I am going to bring a flood of waters on the earth to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you. And ye shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Elohim blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you shall rest on every animal of the earth, and on every bird of the air, on everything that creeps on the ground, and on all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And just as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. How many people get these kinds of blessings? Wouldn't that seem to indicate that Noah was designated as a chosen person at that time? Also of note, the name Yahweh is not used in any of those passages. Here's something from Exodus, which seems to line up with what First Chronicles is saying. This is from Exodus chapter 6, verses 1 through 8. Then Yahweh said to Moses, Now you shall see what I will do to Pharaoh. Indeed, by a mighty hand he will let them go. By a mighty hand he will drive them out of his land. Elohim also spoke to Moses and said to him, I am Yahweh. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, but by my name Yahweh I did not make myself known to them. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land in which they resided as aliens. I have also heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians are holding as slaves, and I have remembered my covenant. Say therefore to the Israelites, I am Yahweh, and I will free you from the burdens of the Egyptians and deliver you from slavery to them. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I will take you as my people, and I will be your Elohim. You shall know that I am Yahweh, your Elohim, who has freed you from the burdens of the Egyptians. I will bring you into the land that I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you for a possession. I am Yahweh. Okay. So it's like it's trying to fit these previous covenants together with the idea that this is also something new that is happening. And I also find it interesting in verse 3 of Exodus 6 that it says, I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, but not by Yahweh. This seems like a bit of retroactive continuity, and it also lends credence to the idea that El, the high god of the Canaanite pantheon, was originally the god of the patriarchs. And I think that this shows up in a few different bits in Genesis, and I'm going to give a few examples.